I just wanted to ask you, Lavonte David the other day mentioned that you guys have a relationship and that he knows how hard you work and knows all about you. Can you talk about what that relationship might be and how that started?
Yeah, I know Lavonte, pretty much most of my life. Being from Miami, actually, one of his close friends, I played football with his little brother, so I was just always around. And was once I made the NFL, they kind of let me get into the group, the older group, to hang with the cool kids, I guess. But yeah, we trained together every off season since like my third year in the NFL. Obviously a mentor of mine. A guy that I've learned from, try to model my game after, and yeah, just a very good friend of mine.
Like he's part of the reason that you're here, maybe that connection or speaking up for you a little bit?
Yeah, huge reason. Obviously, obviously the respect that he has in Tampa on this team in the city. Everywhere he's been, he's touched a lot of lives, and for him to help me get here is amazing as well. So obviously, a chance to be teammates would be pretty dope. And I kept telling him that, and he was like, he said one day he was going to make it happen. We've been trying to get this done since I was getting drafted, but finally able to get it done.
Go to James Hill.
Hey, Anthony, congratulations on coming over to Tampa.
Appreciate
Talk
it.
a little bit about bringing your gift, playing inside for the Bucs, a franchise, a team that plays defense.
Yeah, I'm someone who prides myself on playing defense. The Mike linebacker has always been, the quarterback of the defense. You demand a lot is demanded of you, a lot is required, and I enjoy doing that job. A position that I grew to love. Once I got to college, switching from DB to linebacker, and been playing it ever since. So, obviously, knowing what comes with the job, the work that you got to put in, and I'm willing to put in that work. I've been doing it, and this, like I said, just the opportunity presented itself for me to be here, and I want to take full advantage of it.
Growing up in South Florida, playing in the league, and being able to look over at Tampa, you know what they do and what they're about. But talk about being a part of the Bucs now and helping this club, and you want to get this team to their third Super Bowl to win. But just talk a little bit about being a part of Tampa now.
Yeah, always watching from afar. Obviously with Lavonte being here, and then obviously the last few years with even with Baker being here, a teammate of mine in Cleveland. Seeing how close they were. They've been the last few years, and obviously I text Bake, the same day and told him, he's my teammate again, and he just started laughing. But again, just knowing how close this team is to being where every team, all 31 other teams want to be. But this I feel like this team is right there, and I just want to play a small part and do my role and help this team do that. Help this team get there, and whatever it takes, and whatever my job requires of me to get done, I want to do it to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, my guy.
J.C. Allen.
Hey, Anthony, congrats on signing with the Bucs.
Appreciate it.
Lavonte David, man of the people, man of his word. Finally got you here, huh? But one area this team struggled with last year was the middle of the field, covering the middle of the field. That's one of your specialties, is coverage. Just talk about what you bring to the field when you're asked to drop in coverage, and how you think it can help this team.
Yeah, obviously defense is all about just knowing where your spot is, and everyone knowing where their spot is, and understanding how offenses can attack us, and making sure we limit those games when they do throw it there. But obviously it starts out with me doing my job, and my job is to cover the middle of the field. I pride myself on not allowing the ball to be thrown behind me, or deep behind me, or deep in front of me. That's my job, and that's me knowing what the defensive call is, and executing my job at that time, whether it's I'm blitzing, or I'm dropping in coverage, or I'm stopping the run, whatever it is. You just want to execute your job, and make sure the other 10 guys are on the same page as you with what the defensive call is. So, I see all the stuff on social media and everything where people be like, "Oh, it's PFF grade and all that." I'm here to tell you, you can watch the film. The ball does not get completed behind me or in front of me in the middle of the field. So, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, you watched some of the tape last year. You definitely held it down. And part of letting you hold it down and run around free, you got got some good defensive tackles in front of you, but you got Vita Vea now, Kalijah Cansey. How excited are you, to play with those guys in front of you to eat up double teams and allow you the space to do what you can do?
Yeah, you know the elite talent that Vita Vea is. Obviously, you always watch it from afar. You hear that name so much. Big human that is able to move people and run down ball carriers. So obviously, the unique gift that he has, you definitely appreciate. Kalijah, same thing, a Miami guy as well, just a little younger, but got those springy legs and plays with a lot of passion, a lot of energy. So another good friend of mine as well. So just excited to be a part of. Obviously this defense has been pretty good the last few years. For me to join, I'm excited for the opportunity to join these guys and like I said, just play my role and bring whatever I can to the table.
Jenna Lane, if any media have questions, please raise your hand.
Hey, Anthony, welcome to Tampa.
Appreciate it.
You touched on this a little bit with your last response, but being a former defensive back, how does that help you as a linebacker? I don't know if it gives you just a greater view on everybody's responsibilities on defense, or maybe it gives you a little more insight into the quarterback's thought process, but how does that help you as a linebacker?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to see the game from many different lenses. My dad being the offensive coach and head coach at my high school, playing defense all these years, obviously playing offense, and I even played quarterback a little bit growing up and then in high school. So kind of got many lenses that I kind of view the game from. But as a linebacker, it's all about spatial awareness and like what the defense calls whatever the defensive call is at that point. What are we trying to defend, and what are we trying to allow the offense to? We'll let you take the check down here, or we'll let you think this is open, but we know we got to close that gap or close that seam. So again, like I think that's where it all starts for me, is just like processing what we're trying to get done on defense and how the offense can attack us, and being able to beat them to the punch, knowing that they can only attack certain parts of the field.
And you spoke about being teammates with Baker in Cleveland, and I know thus far you've only had kind of an outside view of Baker's time in Tampa, but I'm curious what you think has allowed Baker to thrive in Tampa the way he has the last two seasons, back-to-back seasons leading this team to division titles, going to the playoffs, versus how things were, in those early years in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, obviously he'll tell you this, the maturity level, I think once you just get to a certain age, you just start doing things a little different, And I always thought Baker was a great quarterback, even at Oklahoma in college. Even when I was in Cleveland, I thought he was a great quarterback there. Just battled injuries the year I was there that we played together. But he started off that season, even that season, he started off hot. We just got to a point where, he was playing through an injury, and again, just, now he's healthy, fully healthy. You can see the trust and, his teammates, trust in the offensive line, and the coaches and everything like that. When you see a quarterback playing at that elite level, now you understand it's a lot of moving parts that go with that. And I'm excited to, continue to see it and, be a part of it now as his teammate. But always, believed in Baker, and I know he can get the job done.
Thanks so much.
We'll go last question from JC Allen.
Anthony, how much do you know about Todd Bowles' defense? And like, what has Lavonte told you? Has he told you to get ready to line up a defensive tackle when they drop you down? Like, what do you know about the defense, and how excited are you to kind of be a chess piece and move around in it?
Yeah. Again, just watching from afar, the guy, they stop the run really well. They do come after the quarterback a lot as well. So, one of the first things he told me is just be ready to go. Doing everything, blitzing, coverage, stopping the run, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, the last thing he texted me just now was, all right, it's time to get to work. I'm like, dude, like, it's still the off season. Like, what's wrong with you? But, that's just kind of how we always competed, man. Me and Lavonte, in the off season, everything like that. I even got this video that I'm going to post soon of me beating him in the race. I told him I was going to save it for when we become teammates. But, again, that's just the competitive nature that we've always had. Like I said, just excited to join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously a legendary organization, and then a team that's right there ready to win a Super Bowl.
Shots fired. Can't wait to see that video. What's your message to the Bucs fans who are watching this, the crew, to get them excited to see you out on the field?
Yeah, I'm excited for the opportunity. I thank you guys for welcoming me to Tampa. You're going to get everything out of me. I play hard, I play fast, I play physical. I play with my mindset is, whatever it takes to win. So whatever it takes to help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the Super Bowl is what I'm here to do.